All right, welcome. We've got a great family recipe. Tongue slap your brain out good. Stuffed peppers. Check this out. Super easy, delicious, and beautiful at the same time. We're going to start with some bell peppers like this, yellow and orange. And the full recipe with ingredients and measurements and all that good stuff will be in the description below, so check that out if you need to. But this video recipe here should give you a pretty good idea. We're going to take the tops off just like this and turn it sideways, and we're going to try to remove as much of those seed pieces and side pieces as we can. We want to hollow it out basically. And we'll cut off the very bottoms as well so it can stand. Yeah, you don't want them flopping over, right? And we're going to salvage these pieces too. That's good pepper. And we can discard or compost the seed portion. We're going to cut these up and leave this piece, the base, like this. And you're going to do that with all four. This will feed a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children in our case. Next, we'll put on some water in the pot and get that boiling. All right, what do you think we're going to do next? We're going to pick these up with a tong, pair of tongs, and pop them into the water as shown. You can use your fingers, but be careful. And we'll submerge those a little bit. We want to get those nice and cooked. We'll set the timer here, although the timing will depend on how hot your water is. Just a couple of minutes there. Don't want to overdo it. Don't walk away. Just stand there, drink in hand, and wait. You don't want to overcook these. When the timer goes off, you can remove them one by one. Drain them, of course. They can have a little bit of water left in them. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll put them into a baking pan like this. All right, next we're going to take some shallots. You can use onions if you'd like. And we'll chop those up, and some garlic. We're going to chop up some garlic as well. And we're going to put them into where we had chopped up those peppers earlier from the top part of the peppers. So we're going to put that into a bowl. All right, it's break time. Subscribe, like, and share to support this channel. Please comment as well. Join as a member for amazing perks from priority replies to DIY party invites. If you need tools and merch, shop my store or website. You can check the links in the description for my best products. All right, we're going to get some ground turkey next. As lean as possible. In this case, we've got kind of a 85% lean, which isn't the best, but we're saving some money here. And that'll do just fine. Put a little butter in the pan, get that nice and hot, and we're going to kind of stir fry this part in butter. Super good. Or it will be. And we're going to simmer that after all sides are coated in the butter. If you basically fry anything in butter, it's out of this world, right? A very underestimated secret to cooking, I think. All right, we'll simmer that. Get those pieces nice and hot, cooked. And now we're going to put the ground turkey in there, just like that. Notice we started with the peppers first, because those will take a little bit longer. I suppose you could reverse it if you wanted to, but this is how we did it, and it turned out great. So we'll put in the ground turkey and stir that up. Chop it up. It's a bit mushy in this case, but you get the idea. We'll put some of this seasoning in as well. And we obviously need to brown this meat. So we're on a medium heat here. You don't need to overdo it on full blast, but over the course of several minutes, this should start to turn nice and brown. You want to remove all pink from the color so that it is a good temperature, a safe temperature. Although maybe you can eat ground meat, ground turkey with a little bit of pink. I suppose it's okay in theory if you can eat a steak or a turkey burger, a little bit of medium rare, for example. But this ground stuff we like completely browned. So keep things moving. You don't want to burn anything, especially those peppers. Speed this up for you. You get the point. All right, next we're going to add a little bit of rice. This rice has been cooked already, as you can see, so you missed that part. But just read the box, just cook up some rice on the next stovetop. Super simple. And we're going to stir it in with the meat once the meat has virtually been completely browned. If you haven't figured it out, this is the stuffing for the pepper, right? We're going to be making this delicious concoction and stuffing it inside those cooked peppers that we just did. All right, so that looks nice and stirred. Very good. Next, we've got some traditional sauce. Yeah, nothing fancy in the jar here. And we're going to open that up and put some of it into that cooking pan. Just like that. Where those peppers were, right? Just to make a nice base. And then we'll put those peppers inside, or on top of that, I should say. And you want it to fit nicely. Next, we're going to take some cheese, the block cheese here, and we're going to shred that. In this case, we've got Monterey Jack cheese. Yum, yum. But you could certainly pick any cheese that, you know, suits your fancy. Could be cheddar, for example. And we're going to shred that manually here. If you wanted to take the easy way, you could just get a bag of shredded cheese and not have to do it yourself. But we happen to be cheapskates, and sometimes it's cheaper to buy that block of cheese and do it yourself. Next, we're going to spoon fill the peppers with that filling that we made earlier, about 3/4 of the way, and then put a little cheese on it, a layer of cheese, and then top it off with more of that filling. Just like that. And it can, you know, be a healthy, you'll fill it liberally, let's say that. And then we'll sprinkle cheese very liberally everywhere here, on the top, on the sides. Don't hold back. All right, and then we're going to put a little bit more sauce on the top here. And smother it, basically. Empty the whole jar is what we are doing. And even it out with a spoon. As shown. Pretty simple so far, right? Well, it's not going to get that much more difficult. We're going to put the cheese, the rest of the cheese here on top of the sauce that we just put on. Looking pretty, right? And then we're going to top it off with some Parmesan. We buy this stuff from Costco. It's super good. And we'll just, this is more crumb-like as opposed to the shredded cheese, right? But it adds a nice complexity of cheese to the top. Let's put some parsley flakes on the top for a little bit of color. Reds and greens and whites. Can't beat that, right? Red and green color complements. All right, so we're going to pop that baby in the oven and melt everything down. About 350, although your temperature will depend on elevation. And approximately 45 minutes. And we'll let that bake. After 15, this is what it starts to look like. And when we're completely done, look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to put a little tin foil over that for the last several minutes. and that's going to help brown everything up even more. That's the color consistency that you want, and here's the texture. And to serve it, you basically scoop it out with a large spoon and put it on your plate, along with some of the extra sauce and cheese that came out to accompany. Let's cut that open so you can get a sense for what it looks like on the inside. Not sure this is the right knife or tool to be using here, but there we go. Gets the job done. And look at that, everything melts down and kind of infuses nicely. So a beautiful, delicious, and super easy family meal. Bon appetit. Hopefully this has helped you out.
Are you okay? Look, come over here.